Alright guys, so today I'm printing a jet boat which you can get on Thingiverse. It's not free, probably was at one time, but it's pretty good. So it uses basically a shroud with a propeller inside, and it looks pretty good. I've had a look at a couple of them online, but this one looked about the best. So there is a free one, um, but it's more of a speedboat than a general boat, whereas this one looks pretty quick and it's generalized. This one, on the other hand, I'm going to have a crack at this. This is much bigger, so it's a bit tight on the build plate, but this one looks really nice. So I've downloaded this. You can see it's got a racing prop on it, and it's also got you can't print this as a metal cooling shroud for the engine because this is a much more powerful beast. I think it uses an 80 amp speed control. That's a whopping great motor on there. So it's designed for speed, whereas the previous one I showed you is you could run it on 1400 kV or a 220, or was it 2200 kilovolt? Oh, not kilovolts. It's to do with the kinetic energy of that motor, the kV rating. It's not kilovolt. You can see this using whopping big batteries, so probably that's a 3 or 4 cell lipo, but it's big, and got a cooling fan, so it is designed to throw out or demand quite a high amperage. But yeah, I've got this one as well to probably have a go at this a little bit later. But it's got a really elegant bow plane control. These fins are quite good, decent size rudder on it. I should imagine this is printed out either in PLA or ABS, judging by the strength of it. Um, you get it from here. Oh, sorry, these are the bits and bobs you get for it. Sorry, yeah, you do get it. You download it from here. You get the full set, and then you get the extra bits through AliExpress, or where we want to go and find it. But it is tremendously quick. So the jet boats, I've already printed the hull out, or just printing the nose out now. This is let me turn it around a little bit. This is the 2200 kV motor shroud, and I've had a little bit of infill for this. I think I've got about 10% infill, 3 top, 5 bottom layers, because this is going to take quite a bit of vibration, so it's going to need to be quite strong. And that's going to take about 1 hour, 5 minutes to print that part. Yeah, so uh, let's bring in the parts. You get a bunch of stuff. You get the main hull. You can also print out a cap with or without wings on. So you've got, if I come across to here, this is the engine bracket I was just having a look at in the Prusa slicer. Um, yeah, the hull itself, I don't know, it'll place on there, yeah. It's obviously placed it in the wrong position, but the hull itself looks something like that. And it prints out, you have to rotate this whole thing vertically and drop it onto the build plate. So that single piece is quite big, but it will print on the average printer. So it's printing on my Ender 3 Pro, no problem. The gantry, the Z-axis, gets quite high, but it prints out pretty good. So I've done one of those. I'm just doing the tip. I've done the motor blade, but you can also have the cap with or without wings. So that's the cap without wings, or you can have the cap with the wings on. So I'll probably go for the one with the wings on because it looks cooler. And then, excuse me, Control I. There you go. Let's see, part one. This is the arm for the. I need to rotate this around so it sits on the build plate flat. But that's the arm for controlling the jet direction. Let's see what else we got. Motor mount. Then the prop. That's your prop again. You should need to flip that over 180 degrees. What else? There's a protection grille, and then there's the outer shroud or the main body, and there's different ratings for different motors. So if you want a less powerful motor, use that one. For the more powerful motor, use that one. Yeah, and so it's pretty straightforward to print this one out. I've been using a mixture of 3 to 5 layers, walls, just mess around with it until you get what you want. For the main component here, I did use one wall count, I think, on this one, but I used quite a bit of base fill, so I used quite thick here because this is where the main motor is going to be vibrating. So I've used quite a thickish 5 or so bottom layer, and I've used 3 or so top layer where it's going to join. There's 2 pegs here where it joins into the nose component. Yeah, this little hole here is for injecting grease. They put a rubber bit of silicon tubing in here, then the shaft goes through there. I'll probably use brass tubing, and then I'll seal it, and I'll probably use a rubber or a silicon piece of tubing to join the motor shaft onto the brass shaft because I've already got some brass. Whereas in the video, there's an assembly video in here as well for the jet boat, which is pretty good. It's done a good job of presenting it on Thingiverse. You'll find there's a couple of videos towards the tail end. Yeah, there's your main components. That little thing there, you don't really need it. It's just a coupling. You could just use a piece of silicon tubing to join the 2 pieces together. That's what I've done on a previous boat. So you'll need a servo, a motor, smallish size motor, either 4000 or 2200. Piece of wire, which you can pick up anywhere. You'll need some hex screws. There's some other motor mount screws as well, which uses a soldering iron to bed into the PLA. So it looks like I might have to go and buy those. But apart from that, it's quite a simple construction. And yeah, we're going to give it a go. I mean, normally you pay 20 or 30 quid for an RC boat, but if you've got an existing RC controller for model planes, and capitalise on what you've got. It's about £7.58, I think, this one. So that's what it looks like. These are your little hex bolts. And then there is an assembly video, which is good. The guy's done a good job on it. And then the parts for it are on Colts. You don't. If you download it here, you'll only get the main fuselage or body hull. It won't give you all the bits. So you have to go here to order the other parts. All right, I'll give it a go. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Apart from that, finishing off printing the Joker. So, not the Joker, sorry, the Knucking Futs. glider, which is also up here. I think I spoke about this on previous videos. Knocking, yeah, I kid you not. Okay, let's just try pylon racer. Pylon racer. This is the pylon racer, and I printed one of these out already. And this is free currently, and this is a beautiful glider. I printed, I say, one out. I've done a slightly larger wing, and it's gonna go quick. It's a nice piece of work, this really nice piece of design work from Tor in Norway. He's also doing a really cool large-scale jet ducted fan. So I'd recommend having a look at that if you're looking for a good little glider project that shows in the back of your car. It's not too big. I'd give it a go. All right, guys, catch you later.